Real property and personal property questions. Question 1. Which answer most accurately identifies water-related rights of owners whose land borders a lake, sea, or ocean in a real estate transaction? Option A, metes and bounds. Option B, section. Option C, estate for years. Option D, literal rights. The correct answer is option D, literal rights. Public access rules, environmental regulation, and changing shorelines can limit the owner's control. These rights concern use and enjoyment along a non-flowing or tidal body of water. The classification depends on the type of water adjoining the property. Question 2. A question arising during financing review concerns a standard 1-square-mile unit in the government survey system. Which choice gives the best classification? Option A, section. Option B, severolte ownership. Option C, literal rights. Option D, lot and block system. The correct answer is option A, section. A regular the 1-square-mile survey division contains 640 acres. Fractional descriptions divide this unit into halves, quarters, and smaller parts. It forms one of 30-6 numbered divisions in a standard township. Question 3. While analyzing a warehouse, Samuel must apply the concept involving a land description method based on principal meridians, baselines, townships, ranges, and sections. Which answer should be selected? Option A, periodic tenancy. Option B, government survey system. Option C, point of beginning. Option D, planned unit development. The correct answer is option B, government survey system. Descriptions identify increasingly smaller portions of a section. The system divides land into a grid of townships and sections. A standard township contains 30-6 sections, although irregularities can occur. Stressed about your Maryland real estate? We can take Maryland real estate for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 4. Which real estate term is defined by the collection of legal powers associated with real property ownership? Option A, metes and bounds. Option B, government survey system. Option C, bundle of rights. Option D, point of beginning. The correct answer is option C, bundle of rights. These rights include possession, control, exclusion, enjoyment, and disposition. A person may transfer or limit one right while retaining the others. Ownership is commonly analyzed as separate rights rather than one indivisible privilege. Question 5. In a transaction involving a vacant parcel, which rule controls when there is title held by one person or one legal entity? Option A, tenancy in common. Option B, periodic tenancy. Option C, fixture. Option D, severolte ownership. The correct answer is option D, severolte ownership. The term describes the title arrangement rather than the physical number of people involved in the entity. A corporation or limited liability company can hold title in this form even though it has multiple stakeholders. The owner holds the complete ownership interest without concurrent co-owners. Question 6. A buyer asks about co-ownership in which each owner has an undivided interest without a required right of survivorship. Which answer provides the legally accurate concept? Option A, tenancy in common. Option B, literal rights. Option C, cooperative ownership. Option D, riparian rights. The correct answer is option A, tenancy in common. Co-owners may hold unequal shares while each retains the right to possess the whole property. An owner may transfer that individual share without the consent of the other owners, subject to existing agreements. At death, the interest passes through the owner's estate rather than automatically to the other co-owners. Question 7. Amina encounters a future ownership interest held by a third party after a life estate ends during a title examination. Which principle should guide the analysis? Option A, section. Option B, remainder interest. Option C, tenancy in common. Option D, reversion interest. The correct answer is option B, remainder interest. The holder is identified when the life estate is created rather than receiving title back from the grantor. This future right becomes possessory when the preceding life estate terminates. The current life tenant and future owner have separate but related interests. Question 8. Which choice best matches the description equipment installed by a commercial tenant for use in the tenant's business? Option A, literal rights. Option B, tenancy at will. Option C, trade fixture. Option D, bundle of rights. The correct answer is option C, trade fixture. Business equipment installed by a tenant is usually removable before the lease ends. Leaving the equipment after the permitted removal period can result in ownership passing to the landlord. Removal must occur without substantial damage, and the tenant may have to repair any injury caused by removal. Are you looking for Maryland real estate actual questions? Visit our website pokerexams.com to access Maryland Real Estate Study Guide with actual questions and answers. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get Maryland Real Estate Answer Key today. Question 9. During review of a retail suite in Silver Spring, the parties discuss the rights associated with minerals and resources below the land surface. Which term applies? Option A. Literal rights. Option B. Trade fixture. Option C. Fixture. Option D. Subsurface rights. The correct answer is option D. Subsurface rights. Title review should identify severed mineral rights and access provisions. These interests can be separated from surface ownership by sale, lease, or reservation. A surface owner may not own every mineral interest affecting the parcel. Question 10. An exam scenario presents movable items that are not permanently attached to land. Which answer is most accurate? Option A. Personal property. Option B. Metes and bounds. Option C. Periodic tenancy. Option D. Fee simple absolute. The correct answer is option A. Personal property. They can usually be transferred by delivery or a bill of sale rather than by deed. An item may change classification if it is permanently installed as a fixture. Movable belongings generally remain separate from the real estate. Question 11. A licensee preparing for a buyer consultation must recognize a development arrangement combining individually owned property with shared facilities or common areas. Which concept does this describe? Option A. Trade fixture. Option B. Planned unit development. Option C. Township. Option D. Point of beginning. The correct answer is option B. Planned unit development. The design may mix housing types and uses under an approved development plan. Recorded declarations and rules control common expenses and use restrictions. Owners usually hold title to their lots or units and share responsibilities through an association. Question 12. Which answer correctly classifies a situation involving a 6-mile-square survey unit containing 30-6 sections under the rectangular survey system? Option A. Reversion interest. Option B. Air rights. Option C. Township. Option D. Tenancy in common. The correct answer is option C. Township. The survey grid units are located by their positions north or south of a baseline and east or west of a principal meridian. The survey grid unit covers 30-6 square miles before adjustments for irregularities. Section numbers within the grid follow a standard back minus and minus fourth pattern. Question 13. At a contract revision in Columbia, CARA explains a leasehold that renews for successive periods until proper notice is given. Which real estate principle is involved? Option A. Cooperative ownership. Option B. Government survey system. Option C. Personal property. Option D. Periodic tenancy. The correct answer is option D. Periodic tenancy. Rent is commonly paid monthly, but another recurring interval may be used. The tenancy continues from period to period instead of ending on a fixed date. Termination requires notice that complies with the lease and applicable law. Question 14. A transaction file for a rental home raises an issue involving the broadest private ownership interest of potentially unlimited duration. Which answer best resolves the classification? Option A. Fee simple absolute. Option B. Air rights. Option C. Tenancy at sufferance. Option D. Subsurface rights. The correct answer is option A. Fee simple absolute. This estate provides the greatest collection of ownership rights recognized in private property. Government powers and private encumbrances can still restrict its use. It may be sold, gifted, devised, or inherited and is not limited by a stated ending event. Question 15. Which concept should an investor apply to facts involving the identified location from which a metes minus and minus bounds boundary description starts and ends? Option A. Severalty ownership. Option B. Point of beginning. Option C. Section. Option D. Joint tenancy. The correct answer is option B. Point of beginning. Failure to close can signal an error or ambiguity in the legal description. A boundary description must connect its final call back to its starting location. The starting reference should be identifiable on the ground or through reliable survey information. Question 16. Daria is studying a rule concerning individual ownership of a unit combined with an undivided interest in common elements. Which term should be chosen? Option A, government survey system. Option B, tenancy by the entirety. Option C, condominium ownership. Option D, air rights. The correct answer is option C, condominium ownership. Association documents govern maintenance, assessments, and use restrictions. Financing and transfer generally involve the individual unit rather than shares in a corporation. The unit owner receives title to a defined space and shares ownership of common areas. Question 17. When a duplex transaction involves water minus related rights of owners whose land borders a flowing body of water, which answer identifies the controlling concept? Option A, tenancy at will. Option B, real property. Option C, fixture. Option D, riparian rights. The correct answer is option D, riparian rights. State law determines the exact scope of use and ownership. Boundaries and access can change as the watercourse changes gradually. The owner may have reasonable use of the water subject to public rights and the rights of other owners. Question 18. A practice question describes a future interest retained by the grantor after conveying a lesser estate. Which response is best? Option A, reversion interest. Option B, metes and bounds. Option C, bundle of rights. Option D, severolte ownership. The correct answer is option A, reversion interest. The grantor keeps the right to regain possession when the temporary estate ends. No new deed is required for the interest to return according to the original conveyance. This differs from a remainder, which is created in someone other than the grantor.
Stressed about your FCLE? We can take FCLE for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass in payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done.
Question 19. During a title examination, which principle is illustrated by a legal description using directions, distances, monuments, and a point of beginning? Option A, severolte ownership. Option B, metes and bounds. Option C, tenancy at will. Option D, periodic tenancy. The correct answer is option B, metes and bounds. A valid description returns to the starting point to close the tract. The description traces the parcel boundary through a sequence of calls. Natural or artificial monuments may help identify corners and boundary lines. Question 20. Which answer states the concept associated with a form of co-ownership available to married spouses with survivorship protection? Option A, tenancy at will. Option B, point of beginning. Option C, tenancy by the entirety. Option D, remainder interest. The correct answer is option C, tenancy by the entirety. The spouses are treated as one ownership unit for the property interest. Divorce commonly converts the ownership into another concurrent form. One spouse generally cannot convey the property alone or unilaterally destroy the other spouse's survivorship right. Question 21. A associate broker handling a single-family home in Cambridge must identify a leasehold with a definite beginning and ending date. Which choice is correct? Option A, bundle of rights. Option B, joint tenancy. Option C, cooperative ownership. Option D, estate for years. The correct answer is option D, estate for years. The name refers to certainty of term and can describe a period shorter than 1 year. This tenancy ends automatically on the stated expiration date. No notice is normally required because the parties know the exact duration at formation. Question 22. During a property-management audit for an office building in Salisbury, Malik needs to identify the rule described as the legal ability to use or control space above a parcel. Which answer applies? Option A, air rights. Option B, fixture. Option C, tenancy by the entirety. Option D, trade fixture. The correct answer is option A, air rights. Development above rail lines, roads, or existing structures often depends on this interest. Zoning and safety regulations still control what may be built. These rights may be sold, leased, or limited separately from surface ownership when law permits. Question 23. A seller is reviewing a waterfront parcel in Easton. Which term describes a legal description referencing a recorded subdivision plat? Option A, tenancy at sufferance. Option B, lot and block system. Option C, severolte ownership. Option D, condominium ownership. The correct answer is option B, lot and block system. This method is common in plat urban and suburban developments. The recorded map provides the dimensions and relationship of the parcel to surrounding lots and streets. The parcel is identified by lot number, block designation, subdivision name, and recording information. Question 24. At a settlement preparation, a Maryland exam candidate encounters the following description: possession by a tenant who remains after a lawful lease has ended without the landlord's consent. Which concept is being tested? Option A, periodic tenancy. Option B, life estate. Option C, tenancy at sufferance. Option D, tenancy by the entirety. The correct answer is option C, tenancy at sufferance. The occupant entered legally but stays beyond the authorized period. This status is different from trespass at the beginning because the original possession was valid. The landlord may pursue lawful eviction or accept rent and create a new tenancy. Question 25. Farah is assisting with a historic residence transaction in Laurel. Which principle applies when the facts involve an item once movable that has become attached with the intent that it remain? Option A, subsurface rights. Option B, severalty ownership. Option C, reversion interest. Option D, fixture. The correct answer is option D, fixture. Once classified this way, the item ordinarily transfers with the property unless the contract provides otherwise. Attachment, adaptation, intent, and agreement help determine whether an installed item becomes part of the real estate. Disputes are reduced when the sales contract identifies included and excluded items.